Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these gorgeous and so easy butterflies. These are made from the gold metallic cardstock that you can find at any craft store in their open scrapbook paper section. They not only have this in a metallic gold, but I've seen it in a metallic silver as well as metallic rose gold. But I chose to use the gold cardstock for today. So with that said, I hope you stay tuned because I think you're really going to enjoy this tutorial. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some metallic gold cardstock, and they do carry this in the 12 by 12 sheet at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And it's in where the open scrapbook paper section is. You can pick it up there. And I've used a lot from this sheet here, but this just shows you what it looks like. And it comes covered in plastic. You want to keep that plastic on there. As you can tell, there's like some scratches on top of the plastic. Underneath, it's nice. So that's why you want to keep the plastic on this. So if it rubs up against something, you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Now these are a really nice weight. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to need 2 pieces for each butterfly, and on one of those pieces you're going to cut this part off here. Okay, and you're going to cut this off at the bottom here, just like this. Okay? Alright, and just do the best you can. Okay. Now we're going to do things a little differently this time. The other butterflies, we decorated them once they were glued together, but on this one we're going to decorate it beforehand. And so I bought a package of these little pokey tools from the Crafter Square section at the Dollar Tree, and this part here, of course, is, you know, the scoring part. And when I first bought these and brought them home, I didn't realize, but there was like a little piece of plastic that was stuck here at the top. So all I did was I took a Dollar Tree sanding block that I bought from the hardware section, and I just, you know, did this on the sanding block, and now it's nice and smooth. Alright, so that's just a little tip in case you bring one home that has a little plastic piece sticking up here. It was like it didn't come out of the mold correctly. Okay, so I'm just going to place this in the middle, and if you don't have these, it doesn't matter. Just use the side of your precision scissors, your small precision scissors, or something like that. Okay, I'm just pressing it down like that, so it'll look like this. Okay, now this part in the middle, that's where we're going to place our rhinestone chain. Excuse me. Get some water. No frog in my throat. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need some rhinestones. Some pretty rhinestones that are 6mm and 8mm. Okay? So I'm going to be using these little 6mm pink rhinestones and the 8mm rhinestones, and maybe the 6mm rhinestones here. Now, don't let the price scare you, because I never pay this price. I always pay half. Hobby Lobby carries the Paper Studio brand, and a couple of times a month they always have the Paper Studio brand scrapbooking stuff on sale for half off. In fact, I think it's half off right now. So, same here, 6mm, okay? And make sure they're a good brand so they stick well. Okay, so there's a lot of different little patterns that you can make. With this one, this was easy. I just used 8mm, 8mm, and then two 6mm, like that. And underneath, 8mm, 8mm, 6mm here in the middle. Okay, same here. By the way, besides Hobby Lobby carrying this type of rhinestone, I believe that Michaels does as well, only it's the Recollection brand. So it probably will be more expensive, but just in case you don't have a Hobby Lobby next to you and you do want these rhinestones. Okay. So you can use any pattern you like. These were made with all 6mm, just different colors. I made sets of 3 like this in each corner of the butterfly to make it look like a little blossom. And I just put a couple here, a couple there, and then one in the middle. So you can do anything you want, you know. And if you want to practice a little bit, just cut out a little butterfly with your punch out of a cheap piece of paper or something like that, and you can do different patterns on it and, you know, decide what you'd like. But it's really not that hard. It's easy. You just play around with it. Okay, so let me grab my Paper Studio ones and pull them out. And my Dollar Tree pink rhinestones. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to be decorating the top first, and I'm going to be avoiding, of course, this little bend where I bent it, right here in the middle, because that's where a rhinestone chain is going to be. Let me pull out a couple of the 8mm, and I'm just going to be sticking one 8mm on every corner of the butterfly. Aren't these beautiful? I just love these. I pick them up whenever I can when they have a sale, you know. There we go. And they do stick so real well. Okay, so we're just going to this about here. Yeah, I think that'll work right there. And then one more on this corner. I didn't want to mess with the glue because I didn't want the stringy part of the glue to, you know, get all over the gold foil, and it worked out really well for what I wanted. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do is place 2 of the pink little rhinestones right here. I might have to actually just take those apart. I don't want the little plastic piece here showing. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to kind of tuck that under, okay, because I don't want that to show on my butterfly. I'm not pressing it down. I'm just kind of setting it on there how I like it, and then when I think it looks good, then I actually press it down. Okay, I think that looks good, so now I'm going to press it. Alright, And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, just a second. There we go. And tuck that underneath. Wash your hands too before you do this. Make sure your hands are oil free. Okay, so now I can press it. Alright, so here we go. Looking like that. I think that's pretty now. I don't know if I want a third one there or not. I don't know if one will fit actually, but we'll see. I'm going to take a little 6mm from the other one. Huh? Yeah, it might if I push it down. If I squeeze it in there. Huh? Looks nice. Okay. Okay, I'll do the same thing on this side, just like this. Squeeze it in there. Okay, I gotta press it. All right. I will say the rhinestones really cling onto this cardstock, so that's a good thing. Okay, so we did that part, so now we're just going to do this part. I'm going to completely avoid putting anything in the middle here. I'm just going to do it on the wings here, and of course you won't see as much underneath, but I still want it there to show sparkle, you know. So I'm just going to put one of the 8mm on each corner like this. This is going to be easy. Like that. So we're working more on the outer sides of the butterfly. Okay, and I might put one 6mm in here, okay? And maybe I'll make that a couple of pink ones. You can use any color you'd like that goes well with gold. They also have this paper in silver. I was going to tell you that. I like the silver too, it's really pretty. But I think I prefer working with the gold over the silver, but that's just me. You may feel differently. Okay, so now you see how we didn't put a lot, we just put a little bit on the outside. Okay, so now we're going to hold this like this. We're going to take this Beacon Fabri-Tac glue and make sure your nozzle is clean before you do this part, just so you can kind of see your way through. Sometimes it gets thick at the top, you know, and I want you to be able to see very clearly where you're putting it on your butterfly. See the little strings? Yeah, I just pull that away before you actually hover over your butterfly with it, because you don't want the strings landing on the gold part of the butterfly and you got all these little glue strings. That's no good, is it? Okay, so I'm putting it here in the middle, like that. Okay, and I'm just going to allow this to dry for a little while so I can come back in and put the rhinestone on. Okay, and also the little earring bail at the bottom. All right, so we'll do that and then we'll be back. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need is some 2.5mm rhinestone chain, and this is the AB rhinestone chain. And I guess you can tell I've used a lot of it. I bought this from Amazon. Thought it was really pretty. And I bought this pink chain recently from Amazon as well. That's 2.5 millimeter. And I paid $6.99 plus free shipping with for 3 yards of this, and I thought it was very nice. I use this on some of my other butterflies. I'll go ahead and post the link for you on my blog at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com. And when the page opens, just scroll down a little ways below my pattern list, and you'll see a picture of this project, and just, it's right underneath, okay? That's where I'll have it. And so today, I think we're going to use the AB rhinestone. And as you can tell, it does separate, but when I put this on my butterfly, I'm going to push these together like that, okay? And you're going to need 6 stones of the 2.5 millimeter rhinestone. So I'm just going to cut this off right here, like that. Alright. And I'm just going to take this Fabri-Tac right here. Put this right here, just like this. And I'm going to pull it upwards and then out, because I don't want any little glue strings. Okay, now I'm just going to lay this down here and push at both ends. And if you want it even, then you can go in with your little pokey scoring tool from the Dollar Tree, like this. And if you don't have this, just use a toothpick. Okay? You just want it as straight as you can get it. Alright, now you're going to allow this to dry for a little while, and we'll be back and we're going to put on the veil. Okay, so now we're going to attach the little earring veil, and if you want to look for them, you can type in the words glue on earring veil, okay, and it's B-A-I-L. Make sure you add the part that says glue on, and it'll pop up for you. Now, I also found these on Amazon. I think there was 100 of them for $6.99. If that link is still there, I'll go ahead and put it on my blog. And they had this in silver too, I believe, for the same price. But if it's there, I'll go ahead and put the link on my blog, like I told you earlier in the video, okay? So I'm just going to be using my Beacon Fabri-Tac. It holds these very well. And so I'm just going to be placing it right here. Grab hold of it. Just a little bit right here. And we're just going to set it right here. Right in the middle. Didn't mean to be doing that. I'm trying to work around my camera, and so sometimes it's a little difficult. Okay, but you can see the little hole in the front. So we're going to allow that to dry thoroughly, and we'll be back and attach a little charm. Everything is dried here. I think it turned out just beautiful. I'm going to take a little 6 millimeter jump ring that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. Michael's also carries them. And I'm going to hook a little acrylic bead here, little flower bead. And I'm just going to hook it on here to the earring veil. Just like that. And there you have a lovely little butterfly. Okay, and hold on for a second and I'll show you them all together. Okay, so here is the end result. And I think they turned out very pretty. You can use these little embellishments for so many different things too. And, you know, with spring being here and Mother's Day coming up, these would make lovely little magnets or, you know, little embellishments to put on your mom's package or something like that. I think they'd be really cute. So with that said, I really hope you give this a try. And I want to thank each and every one of you out there for sticking with me and for watching this channel. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So God bless each and every one of you. And take care of yourself. Have a beautiful day.